Guys, welcome back to the Willie Grow channel, and today I am going to explain to you how I found some amazing garden gold forever, and you're not going to believe where it is exactly I found it. But I'm also going to explain a story of how tragic it is in the form that I had to find this garden gold. So a few days ago, I don't know why, but I was at the big orange box store. I'm going to use the name Orange, and now you guys can use your imagination. It's a big box store that I call Orange. It sells anything from sheetrock to garden center. You guys figure it out. The big box Orange store. And for whatever reason, I can't remember, I went through the back of the store, drive through the back of the store, and I came upon these hydrangeas. There was a dumpster, literally a dumpster full of them. And I stopped and I said, well, if they're in the dumpster, these got to be garbage. They have to be. So sure enough, they are garbage. They were to be thrown out. So I grabbed, I don't know, I think 12 of them, and I threw them in the back of my truck. And that's what I'm going to show you in this video, is that, and I got a backstory behind how these actually get to the dumpster. I actually did a little bit more deep investigation, and I'm going to share that with you guys in this video as well, as to how that Orange store is so wasteful. I mean, it's mind-boggling how that big box Orange store is so wasteful. And I do have the story to cover up, to explain to you guys how these hydrangeas, that a lot of you guys that are not gardeners, you probably like the little clip I did, you're probably saying, well, John, why are you watering dead hydrangeas? Well, are they really dead? Not in my eyes, they're not dead. No, what they are is neglected, is what they are. And this video is going to teach you exactly how to bring back a hydrangea that's been neglected because of one reason and one reason only. And I will explain that as I bring you through this video. So I don't want to keep blabbing my mouth and make this video longer than it has to be. But at the end of the video, I will tell you guys the story behind how all of these wonderful, beautiful plants are not given a chance at the big Orange store, and how they end up in the dumpsters on a daily basis. All right, as you guys can see, here's the hydrangea, and these things are not cheap. They're $25 each. Okay, what variety? Whatever that says, you guys can make it out. But look, they are completely bone dry, right? Like, these things are dead. But what I do see in these hydrangeas that tells me that they are still salvageable, that I can still salvage them, is like they already flowered, okay? They already flowered, and the reason why they look like this is because of lack of watering. But I can tell that this hydrangea is not fully dead. See these leaves here? If all the leaves look like this, then this hydrangea is dead. But as you can see, look, it's already starting to damage, but we can fix that. They're still green. There is still some type of moisture on these leaves. But you see how they're starting? But we'll clean that up. So that tells me that this hydrangea is not dead. What this hydrangea now needs is a good pruning, and that's what I'm going to show you. So we're going to go here all the way down to the bottom, and let me get rid of this leaf. And you guys can see this is last year's growth. Okay, this plant, looking at the size of it, I'm assuming it's about 2 years old. This is last year's growth, where it put on a shoot right here, brand new shoot, and it also put out a shoot right here. So what we want to do is we want to go 2 nodes. See, there's where it is. There's where it came out. See that line there? So there's node number 1, node number 2, and we want to go 2 nodes, and we're just going to do a cut right above that second node. Once again, we come here. There's that first one. We'll go up 1. There's that first node of new growth. There's the second one. There's the second one right there. We're going to cut right above that. And we're just going to keep going around the bush the whole time. 1, 2, cut. I come up this one. There's that one. 1, 2. And I'm leaving the leaves. You see I'm cutting up here. Right here. I'm leaving these leaves because there's number 1 right there. Number 2. And above the third one is where the leaves are. I'm going to leave the leaves because we still need some kind of leaves for photosynthesizing. And I'm holding the camera. And then basically is whatever leaves you leave on. 1, 2. And we'll cut that one right there. 1, 2, cut right there. And guys, that's basically it. Like, I'm going to cut the whole thing, trim the whole thing out, and I will show you guys what the end result is, and I'll bring you back. Alright guys, so since I'm doing a teaching video, that's what this video is. Hopefully most of my videos are teaching videos. Since I'm doing a teaching video, I showed you how to prune, what you have to do. Excuse me. What you have to do. These are all pruned. So there's 7 that are pruned. And this one here, I'm going to leave just the way it is, and I'm going to plant it. Of course I watered it, but I'm going to plant it right alongside those, and we're going to see which ones actually come back better. Is it the pruned ones or the ones that you just take out of the dumpster and leave it just the way it is without any pruning, stick it in the ground? And we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. And the reason I'm doing this is because there's going to be an update to this video. So be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel so you guys can see what the difference is between leaving it whole and pruning. Now let's get to the story as to why these plants ended up in the dumpster. So guys, the main story of how I came across these hydrangeas and a whole bunch of other different flowers is when I drove through the back of the store that one day it actually crushed my heart and broke my heart as a gardener to see this wonderful, beautiful plant and others being just tossed in the dumpster because some people just absolutely don't give a shit about their job. And I apologize for my language. You guys that follow me, you know that I I speak very well, and I'd never use cuss words and none of that. But they simply don't give a crap about their job. So I went back, and yesterday I actually found more hydrangeas in the dumpster, but I don't have them with me right here to show you guys, but I don't need to. And I found other beautiful plants, and it just so happens that I caught the guy that was actually throwing them into the dumpster, and I had a brief conversation with him. Well, it just so happens that the guy that was throwing them in the dumpster, he's not an employee of the big orange store. Doesn't work for them. He is actually an employee of the supplier of the forest, whatever greenhouse place, proven winners, I don't know, whatever greenhouse company supplies the big orange store. He's just an employee, and he comes by once a week and replenishes the plants. Whatever is new in season, like in the fall, I'm sure they'll be bringing in mums, and you guys get the point. And then anything that's not looking too healthy, like these hydrangeas weren't, he has to take them out back, and he has to throw them all in the dumpster. And I said, but the reason why they look like that is because they're neglected. All they need is some watering, is all they need, basically. And he said, exactly. That is all they need, is some simple watering. But the Home Depot, the big orange store employees are so lazy. Those were his words. They're so lazy that they will not go out, even though it's their job. It is their job to water the plants. They're so lazy, they won't go out and water these plants on a daily basis or every other day like they need to. And going into we're in June now, middle of June. Summer solstice was yesterday. I mean, it's 85, 90 degrees with a 102 heat index. It's insane. It's very hot. But the big orange store employees, they could care less whether these plants get water or not. It's the greenhouse's problem. And it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. If you're wondering what big orange store I'm talking about, there's one that's very close to me, and I live in Mashpee, Massachusetts. Doesn't take a genius to figure out which one is the closest one to Mashpee, Massachusetts. So, but this is not about the store. This is about how sad it is that the laziness of somebody not willing to do their job is killing beautiful, beautiful plants, especially perennials, that these things will make people's yards look beautiful for years and years and years upon years and years. It's disgusting. Lazy ass people. Oh, I'm cussing again. Sorry. But with that being said, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I will be doing an update on these in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And you guys are going to see the difference that it truly makes by just giving these plants a fair chance. That's all they need, is a fair chance. Water. Give them water. All right, guys, till next time, you guys all stay safe, and thank you for stopping by and sticking with me through all of this rant. But it is pretty pathetic.